welcome back again. Just a little bit of progress to show you in this video. Here's another, let's see, here's another one of my little Romans that for my crew, for my little ship that I've been working on. You can see some others there. Anyway, that's not what this video is about, really. I just mentioned that in passing. I've assembled the horses, and I've given them some of the figures and I've given them a prime with Army Painter spray can. Only really because I've got all these other figures on the desk here, and I can't use an airbrush here at the moment. So I took them outside. It's nice and sunny here. It's about 30 degrees, something like that at the moment. That's the horses, and you can see the joints in that. Some of them I did attempt to fill the joints. Let's see if I can. This one, I attempted to fill the joint on that. Let's zoom in. I can still see where I've sort of cleaned it up a bit, but you can see there's not much of a joint there. And then the one next to it, this one, I haven't filled the joint, and you can see there's a joint there. And this one, I have filled the joint, and then I filed it down a bit. You can see it's still a bit rough there. So you can see there's a difference. Like this one has been filled. You can still just about see the joint. That one hasn't. And that one hasn't. What I could do is another little bit of cleanup there. But I'll have to do it for now. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that so you can decide for yourself perhaps whether you want to fill in those join marks or not. I don't think it's necessary really. Here are the actual knights. Okay, primed. I've been practicing or messing about with some decals and so on, just to see how they looked. And they go on white. Those are mostly shield decals. Okay, that's those. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to start painting the horses, and I'm going to use I think one of these, maybe this one, for the exposed flesh of the horses. I'm going to paint them all the same. I'm going to paint them all brown or dark brown. I'll see how that comes out, and then I'll decide whether to paint the I'm not entirely sure what the cloth on these horses is called. Sometimes in the couple of books that I've got, it's called a trapper. And it's also called caparison or caparison, something like that. And obviously boarding, I think, is what the packaging on the figures calls it. These are boarded war horses. I do have a couple of sources which are not entirely relevant. This is medieval heraldry. Okay, and you can see there the entire cloth on the horse is decorated. It's not just a few little patches like I've got with the stickers here. So that's that one. Armies of Asian. I know these are not quite the right period for these figures, but you can see the horses there completely covered in decoration. And this one also has a metal protection, armor protection. That's Armies of Asian Corps. I have ordered a couple more books to which are perhaps more relevant to this period. So when those arrive, I'll show you those as well, and how I've got on with the painting. Okay, see you in a minute. Hi all, back again. Just to show you what's happening. I painted up some of the horses to a certain extent. Painted this one with a Luftwaffe light blue coat. This is the one with a, I think it's Citadel Orc Flesh contrast paint. See if I can reach around the phone and show you that one a bit more. I wasn't too happy with the contrast paint. But anyway, this is really just, I'm just painting these to a certain extent so you can see how the transfers and so on work. This horse here has a longer base than the other horses, so I had to use a bigger holder for it. The other ones are in the standard Games Workshop holders. You see, this horse is the more like walking or something, and so I was going to put this guy, let's see, yep, this guy on that horse. So that's that, and then there's a couple more there. There's one that's done in red. You obviously won't be able to use, again, this is a contrast pen. I'm not too, what was it, the colour that I used? I can't see it. I think it's Blood Angels red. Anyway, it doesn't look great. But as I said, this is just for a kind of experiment. I'll probably repaint that horse. I already repainted the blue one. I thought the contrast paints would look, settle into the cracks and all that of the horse, but it didn't work. As you can see, there's another one. Painted white, it's primed white, then painted white over the top. But I haven't painted the eyes and hooves and legs, the flesh of the horse on that one. What I have done, I've cut out some of the stickers from the little big man for the horse. I've left the labels on them for now. I'll cut that off in a minute. And the equivalent shield to go with it. And I've painted up a load of shields, 8 on there. The back of them are in wood. Oh, let's just show you actually. Pick one off. They're stuck on with blue tack. That's the back of it. Okay. It's been painted to a sort of wooden colour, then with a shade of dark tone, then a dry brush of a sort of light brown colour. Okay, so and then I painted over the front of them with white. Normally I'd spray these and get a much better result, but as I say, because I'm working on these other little figures, I can't do any spraying at the moment for fear of contaminating them with a spray. Okay, so that's my setup ready to go. I'll just pause that for a second and I'll move on to the next phase. Okay, back again. Well, here's my shields I showed you earlier. Here's a little sticker. I've trimmed around the edge of it as best I can. So now this is me applying it. Peel off that plastic cover. Then let's see what's the best way to do this. There's a slight curve in these shields, so it's possible that it would be better. Whoops, there goes one. I'll pick that up in a minute. It would be better to score the back of it. That's what it says in the sort of manual. Now I'm taking a paintbrush which I've just dipped in some water. Go over that. Give it a good soaking. So it's definitely going to come off. Just pick up that one I dropped. Leave that a minute just to soak all the way through. Oh, there it is. master didn't get that one. Okay, let's see. It's just a slight border on that side. I'd have to touch that up afterwards. Okay, that's one shield done anyway. To some extent, pardon me for that coughing. Let's see if I can just stick that other little one back on. Alright. Okay, so that's the shield done. Back in a minute. Okay, back again. I've cut out the little horse sticker for the front right. So on here, it's going to go something like, oops, something like that. And it's a bit hard to see with my thumbs in the way. Same technique as before. Get rid of the plastic cover. Then try and position it just where you want it. Alright, there's a lot of curves and creases here. So I'll try and flatten those out a bit. I never applied one of these to a horse before, so I'll have to see how well it adjusts to the shape underneath. I think it should be okay, but I don't know. We're soon about to find out. Right, there's the paper moving away. Okay, well, what do you think of that? Looks okay. It has, as far as I can tell, pretty much conformed to all the creases and wrinkles and so on. I would also possibly, for these horses, use micro set and micro sole, particularly this micro sole. Well, I wouldn't use the micro set. I would just use this, actually. Micro sole to melt the decal, the sticker, down onto the figure and help it conform. Okay, so what I'll do the rest of the horse and I'll come back and show you that. And then, well, that'll be that. Okay, back in a minute. Okay, I've applied some decals to the knight here, and let's just put that down there. I just put some microsole on that figure to help the decals conform, and this is what that decals look like on the horse. I think they're pretty good. If you were to leave this horse white, that would be okay, but also if you wanted, you could paint the horse, the rest of the horse covering in yellow to fit in with the decals. You have to do that afterwards, I'm afraid, so that would be a bit difficult. So I don't know, I'm sort of a bit mixed about these horse decals. Yeah, because the horse has to be white and then paint it over. I will have to paint a little bit of yellow down the side of that shield, but I'm sure that'll be okay. And as I say, here's the gown, so let's put the whole thing together. I don't want to touch the decals too much because I've only just done them. and they're still wet. So you can see what that guy looks like, and then he's gonna have the shield as well. So he's fully matching, suited and booted, ready for charging. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Obviously I'm going to have to do it slightly. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I'm going to have to do something with the rest of these, and it's going to have to be something different because you can't put the little big man stickers on a colored background. So I have to use a decal or something like that. And I was just going to say that if you're going to do this, you're going to use these, you're going to need some sharp scissors, very sharp scissors. Helpful to have some tweezers, like some good tweezers, like these. What else? Possibly this to help things conform. And yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, and hope that's of some use to you, and I'll continue on with these. I'll do the rest of these properly now that I've had to practice at it, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.